Hello guys, and welcome back to another SEQ Spotting and Travels airport update. It's been a while since I last uploaded an update, so I apologise for that. I've just been so busy lately. As you can see, I've made some big changes since my last update. For instance, the apron over there has been ripped apart. I've changed the hangar location from over there where the cargo terminal is to over here where the cargo terminal used to be. And this building here was the international terminal building that I had here, but I replaced it with a Gemini Jets terminal that I had on an earlier airport. I have the link for that airport video below. I decided to change it as I thought that the airport over there looked a bit unrealistic compared to my old Gemini Airports terminal I had. So I decided to just put it here and it'll be used as a separate building. And if you look closely, you can see it actually looks a bit like a shopping mall. It's got like stores there. So it's really nice, and I'm really excited by the idea of having a shopping mall. Anyway, let's talk a bit more about the new airport complex idea I'll have over here. I'm going to probably use some hobby glass to create green areas, and I'll have an entrance road coming into the terminal here, and I'll build a parking lot. And for the business park, I'm thinking of getting some office buildings and putting it somewhere along here to represent an office park, and maybe I'll put in an airport hotel too, but we'll see if there's still enough space to put an airport hotel there. Hopefully I'll be able to. And over here, in between the hangar and the shopping mall, I plan to put in some fuel tanks, like a fuel depot. And I'll use plastic lids from bottles like these to represent the fuel tanks. And I'll probably cover them with some paper material so they don't look like plastic lids. And I'll probably put an entrance road from the shopping mall which will link to the main entrance road going to the terminal and the parking lot area. And in terms of the green space I'll have in this area, I'll probably use hobby grass and model plants and trees. So it looks a bit like a green airport space, you know, like Changi Airport in Singapore with the greenery and the gardens coming into the airport. So I can't wait to build this new area over here. The reason why I decided to do this was I felt like I wanted to have an airport that was a bit different and didn't just have terminal space, apron space, taxiway space and runway space. I wanted to make a larger, airport complex. I know it means I lose some gates, but there's still a lot of other gates, and I still have a remote terminal over here which I'll use as a domestic terminal for narrow bodies. So I've still got plenty of space, and I've still got a cargo terminal over here. And now let's have a look at my models. Over here in the hangar we have a Qantas A330-300 in the old livery, and it's waiting maintenance. Here we have my favourite 1-400 model, an Air New Zealand 777-300ER in the Hobbit livery. It's an amazing model, indeed. And it's got the movable wheels too, the movable gear. And this will be departing for Auckland, just under an hour's time. And here we've got a China Southern A330-200 in the SkyTeam livery, and she will be heading out to Guangzhou very soon. And here we've got a Thai Airways 777-300ER. It's just landed moments ago, and it will be heading out to Bangkok early in the afternoon, after midday. This is a very nice model, and this is actually one of my favourites. Especially being the fact that it's a 777 and it's got the beautiful Thai Airways livery and tail. Here is a Scoot 7879 Dreamliner in the Singapore 50th anniversary colour scheme. This is of course one of my favourite models. It has a very nice livery. And she is in her final stages of boarding for a flight back to Singapore later this morning. And what's the registration on this one? It is 9 Victor Oscar Juliet Echo. Here is a Delta Airlines 777-200LR, just pushing back from the gate for a flight to Los Angeles. Here is a Cathay Pacific 777-300ER, and it's just at the gate, and it's ready for a flight to Hong Kong. Very soon it'll be departing. Here we have a Qantas 747-400 in the Go Wallabies livery. This livery has since been repainted, which is unfortunate, but it's still one of my favourite models. And very shortly this 747 will be pushing back for a flight to Santiago. Here we have a Virgin Australia A330-200. It's just landed after a flight from Perth and is taxiing to this gate over here. And here is a Qantas A330-300. It's at the gate, and very soon, at around midday, it'll be departing for Singapore. And over here is an Etihad 777-300ER in a beautiful new livery. This is one of my favourite new liveries that come out in recent times, and I'm sure many of you will agree with me. This is at the remote stand, and will be pushing back to the terminal later in the afternoon for its flight back to Abu Dhabi early this evening. And here we've got my little domestic terminal set up here. Over here we have a Qantas 737-800 in the Sharing the Spirit livery, and it's just at the gate, and soon it'll start boarding for a flight to Melbourne. And here is a Qantas 737-800 in the Retro Roo 1 livery, one of my favourite liveries around, in the old Qantas Retro livery back in the 1970s. It's pushing back for a flight to Brisbane. Here's a Qantas 737-800 in the standard livery, in the standard new livery. And very shortly it'll be pushing back for Sydney. Okay, and here is my cargo terminal. There's an UPS MD-11 and an Emirates 747-400 freighter. This UPS will be leaving later today, back for the US. And this Emirates Sky Cargo will be flying to Singapore today, before continuing on back home to Dubai. Here's my Qantas 747-400 in the old colour scheme. It is on the runway and it's about to take off for Los Angeles. I have forgot one, my apologies. Here is the Tiger Air 737-800 in the Tiger Air livery, and it will be departing for Bali soon. Tiger Air have recently announced that they will replace their fleet of A320s with 737-800s from Virgin Australia. Virgin Australia will send their older 737s to Tiger Air, so I can't wait for this new change, although it will mean that there will be less A320s and more 737s in the Australian skies. The Tiger Air livery looks awesome on the 737, and it'll be really good to see them around at the airports. So I guess good and bad news there. Well everyone, that concludes this airport update. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and if you have any questions or feedback to give, I'll reply back to your comments very soon. And for now, thank you for watching, and have a good day, and I will upload another airport update as soon as I do some more work. So for now, goodbye.